Welcome back. For this week's project, we're back out here in the garden, and it's becoming not so much gardening as it is the mundane task of getting stuff done and took care of. But today we're going to be working on getting these the weed fabric that I've got with the planting holes. We're going to pull those up. I'm going to pull those up and get those put in storage, and that's my project for this week. If I can accomplish that, I'll be happy with that. But along with that, once I get those tarps out of the way, I'm going to take soil samples, and I'll show you how to do that as we go through. And we'll do the soil samples and get those over to the county extension agency and see what we got going on with the soil. And other than that, it's just a kind of a sit out here in the cool weather, take it easy, don't work up a sweat. And I got a hammer to pull the stakes out of the ground, and then the bucket to throw them into, and I'll put all that in storage when I get done with it. And just to show you what I'm looking at are these fabric clips. That's what I use, about 6 inches long, galvanized steel. They don't rust. I've had these for 2 or 3 years now. They do get a rust. I shouldn't say they don't, but a lot of it is dirt and mud that cakes up on them and corrodes them a little bit, but they work great, and they're not expensive either. So anyway, that's what I'll be doing. So just hang in there with me. It's mundane, tedious, but it's got to be done. Yeah, that wind's going to be fun today. Whew, maybe I picked the wrong day to do this. Oh, me. But anyway, we'll work around it as best we can. Got to get done. Today or tomorrow doesn't make any difference. Probably work on it a little bit every day. That's the good thing about gardening. Very few things have to be done today. But I don't know if you can tell. Of course, that blew out of the way all on its own. But that's still got the leaves and stuff from last spring when I put those down when I planted. So that's kind of where we are with it. And I'll try to shake these off a little bit, fold them up, put them away, and I'll kind of show you what's going on throughout this thing. And same thing I just did. 1, 2, 7 more times, 6 more times. I've got 7 beds, 7 rows on this side and 7 rows on that side. As you can tell, this one is a halfway mark, and I've already shed the long sleeve shirt. Sun's come out, and I'm down on my knees about half the time. So yeah, it's a little bit of work, but it's not too bad. I'd rather do this than pull grass all summer with it 90 degrees out here. I'm starting to think I should have kept Tex here till after I got this done. Difficult for a one-man job. Okay, half a day's worth of work, and this is how it's looking. I got all 7 beds. Took the woven weave fabric off. They had the planting holes, and that's going to the storage barn back there for the winter. And what I'll do next, coming right up, is I'm going to show you how to take soil samples of this half of the garden. And again, we got the same thing right behind me on the other half of the garden. So this half I'm working with right now, and then we'll go on to the next one. Alrighty, it's the next morning, and we still got a cool temperature. Got on the sweatshirt today. Still got the cool temperatures, but you see behind me the beds we got cleaned off yesterday. So this morning I'm going to be taking the soil samples out of each one of those beds and show you how I do that. The county extension office, I went by yesterday and got a bag. That's what they look like, just a little paper bag. And it gives you all the instructions on it, how to do what you need to do. You're not going to read it, but just to show you what the bag looks like. And you put your name and address and email and all that on the front. And you'll fill it up. It does say fill line right here, so it's about half a bag full when you open it up. But you put that in there and take it back over there to them, or you can mail it once you seal it up. So we'll be working on this today and show you how I go through that process and how you get this done. This is one of the very basic steps of the fall cleanup, is getting ready for next spring. So this is one of the first steps I'll do, is getting this soil samples done. So let me get started. All right, so for this part I have to get down dirty and close and just scrape back some of the residue from the old mulch that was in here. And I got my bucket and my little shovel, and what I'm going to be doing is just going in here digging down about 6 inches deep. Well, that's about the size of this shovel right here. Well, let me get where you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to do that with one hand and watch what I'm doing too. Don't need sticks and all that stuff in it. So you want to try to get a good scoop of dirt, like so. That would be all you would need from this spot. So we're done with that bed. And I'll do the same thing on all 7 beds down through here and put them together, and I'll show you in a minute. All right, so now we're moving on down to bed number 2. Same type thing. Same exact process. Don't need the sticks. You just get a little spot where you can get down in there good. There's an old root from the okra. And there you go. Now we hadn't had a lot of rain here, so it's very, very crunchy. And still, but I will mulch it together or squeeze it all together, make a decent piece of sampling, and just get the shovel like that, put it in the bucket with the others, and that's it. This part's done, and now I'll take that over there to the table and take my bucket and go from there. So now we're ready to bag this thing up. I got my bag open and ready to go. I got my soil sitting here, and what I'm going to do is I'll just take handfuls of this stuff and mix it together good, and break up these little clots, get any sticks and roots out of there that I might see, throw those away, so that when I get through with this, I've got a pretty fine mixture. A pretty fine mixture. You might hear the chickens in the background. They think I'm out here getting food ready. But anyway, get all this, and that's kind of what I got right here. See how that's coming together with it. So I believe that's gonna be okay right there. And we take that. And based on the sample bag, it gives you a fill line, which is about halfway right here. So as we pack it down in there good, that will give it to me right there. That's a good packet right there. Now, I'm not mailing mine. I'm taking it over there, so they're just right up the highway from me. So I'll take it by and drop it off for them. Usually, I think last year there was a $10 fee per sample. But in a couple of weeks, I'll get an email from them with all the results of my soil sample. So that's it. Next thing is take it over there, and then we'll be ready to roll with this thing. Well, alrighty. I think that's going to be it for this week's episode. And I really do appreciate you watching. I hope I'm putting something together that you might not have done before, and you kind of wondered how you have to do it or what's involved in it. Working with the woven weed fabric is, like I said, it's a choice that people make. I choose to do that rather than weed in the garden. So I know I get a lot of work putting it down and taking it back up, but I also don't have to deal with that during the hot summertime. So that's my caveat, and I say, hey, I'm sticking by it. So far it's worked for me. And but anyway, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks again.